right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the show. It's Untethered Live Politi-tics night on a Saturday. How are you? I'm Jake Johnson, the host. Joining me is the amazing Banhammer.
Howdy, Untethered Live family.
Howdy, Untethered Live family. How's everybody doing out there? Are you ready to rumble? Are you ready to party? Are you ready for some good times? Rockin' Jake's ready to get started.
Hoo-hoo.
Fuck off.
Fuck off.
All right. Nice to see everybody. Who is first in chat? Oh, my God. Mabel became a member.
Woohoo, Mabel and Hannah.
Congratulations. Come on in. Welcome to the membership. Very nice of you. Welcome you aboard. Enjoy. Check out Hyperbowl. You'll love it. Judy's first in chat. Judy says, hey, Jake and Amanda. Hi, Judy.
Hi, Judy.
Kevin's here. He says, hello, Jake and Amanda and Judy. Hey, Kevin, my brother. Nice to see you, my friend. How are you?
Hi, Kevin.
How are things in the real world? Can't get my thing in the right spot.
That sounds like a personal problem.
I hate it when I can't get my thing in the right spot. There we go. I think I got it. Maybe it's Maybelline. Hey, Mabel. Mabel says, ciao, everybody. Jake, Amanda, how are you? Fantastic. How am I, Amanda?
You're there.
Amanda's there.
Judy, here's your gold star. And hi, Judy, Kevin, Mabel, and Hannah. Hi, Untethered Live family. Good to see you all. Nope. I hope everyone had a good day. We need to make up something for Saturday. Hiya, Jake. How are you tonight?
Froggy.
That's
but good.
New.
Nothing new. Nothing new under the sun. I'm good. I'm in a good place. I'm happy. I'm content. I feel good. I can't complain.
Wouldn't do you any good anyway. Nobody's listening.
Listening to me. Amber says, goat. And smiley face. And good evening, friends and family. Hearts. I found the stickers. Found them every other night, too, didn't you?
Those are the YouTube stickers, not the regular ones.
Oh, let's see.
Hi, Amber.
Amber says, Miss Hammer, how you doing today? That's you.
I'm a-doing.
Kevin says, hello, Miss Mabel and Amber. Nice to see you, ladies. Amber says, Judy, good evening. Mabel says, how are you tonight? How are you tonight, Kevin? And a little squeak in there won't go away. So get some of my guys down there with some WD-40. Maybe I should drink WD-40.
Maybe.
Try it. I'll try anything once. If I like it, I'll do it again. If I really like it, I'll bottle it and sell that shit.
Wow.
Amber says, Mabel, Hannah, Unicorn Hearts. Good evening, ladies. Mabel says, ciao, Amber. I will tell Hannah you said hi. She has her friend over for the weekend, so she's not watching tonight. Well, friends come first. I get it. I gotta turn the hair on. It's hot in here. Good gracious. I'm perspiring.
Poor baby.
I eat that candy cane if it don't get out of my face.
I'm going to end up eating it.
You stay away from my candy cane.
It's the lone survivor right now.
My candy cane. Amber said, my chat just jumped and I lost the thread. Roll call style. Well, nobody said anything yet, really. So you're good. Amber says, I Facebook liked and invited. Hopefully YouTube as well. Well, if you did it on YouTube, yes. Robert says, smiley face. Hey, Robert. Nice to see you.
Hi, Robert.
Amber says, big dog. Bark, bark. Big dog. I reckon you're talking about me. I don't know. Maybe you're talking about Robert. Big dog.
Big dog, big jiggity dog.
Robert says, I'll join back in like 20 or 30 minutes. I hear you. Takes a while to get going. I get it. Amber says, please do, Mabel. It's important to me that she knows she's invited. Oh, she's invited. Yeah, she's part of the family. Them ladies ain't going nowhere as far as I can see. Amanda?
I'm trying to... Oh, I found the stickers too, LOL.
Did you find the stickers?
Yeah.
Well, where were they?
Right next to your stickers.
Where were my stickers?
In the smiley face in the chat bar.
Amanda says.
Hannah, have fun.
Amber says, Pac-Man ghost. And I don't know, Miss Amber. The sticker just took over my keyboard thingy. I'm happy. Are you happy or are you happy?
Are you happy?
Is that a sticker on your shoulder or are you just happy to see me?
Ooh.
Amanda says.
I said that one. LOL, Amber.
Amber says, if I start speaking sticker, you already know what's up.
You do that anyway.
Mabel says, Father, protect us tonight. May your words be our sword, your spirit our strength, and the Lord our armor. May your light shine where the devil cowers in the shadows and cast him into the fire. Amen. Beautiful. Very beautiful. And true, hopefully. Linda Davis is here. Hi, Linda lady. Nice to see you. How are you doing, love? Linda says, good evening, Jake and Amanda and Judy and Kevin and Amber and Robert and Mabel and Hannah. Hearts all over the place. Hi, how are you? Are you enjoying the evening? Is it cold enough for you?
I'm nice and warm and toasty.
I just turned the air on, so yeah.
I know, I had to turn the heater down a little while
Hot
ago.
flashes.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm going through menopause.
Man-o-pause.
Could be.
Plausible.
Maybe I just have a overactive thyroid.
Maybe you're just hot-blooded.
Hot-blooded. Maybe it's all that damn coffee I drank.
Imagine that.
Judy says, hey, sweet Kevin. Oh, that's nice. Amber says, Linda, Hart, good evening. Judy says, hey, Mabel and Hannah. And hey, Amber, and hey, Robert. And Mabel says, ciao, Linda and Judy, and everyone else that says hi, hello, hey, howdy, and any other variation. So Jake doesn't repeat himself. Thank you. Thank you for noticing. I do appreciate that. I don't know why we don't have just a universal hi, but we do. We've been doing this for 10 years now. So, hey, everybody, newsflash. Everyone else says hi.
Yeah, we tried that. It doesn't work. Everybody still says hi.
I know. It's fine. I like what I do for a living, so it's good. Amanda says,
hi, Linda, hun.
Judy says, hey, Linda. And Linda says, Mabel, our teenagers must be on the same schedule. My son has 2 of his friends over this weekend as well. Plus, I have 3 of my granddaughters here. Full house.
Oh, yeah. See, Linda, that's why your son's friends are over, because your granddaughters are there.
Right. That tracks. Makes perfect sense to me. Kevin says, hello, Linda. By the way, I'm about ready for another cup of coffee.
Okay. I'm coming.
I'm right at the bottom. I ain't quite there yet.
Okay.
I'll call you when I hit bottom. When I hit air, I'll let you know.
Okay.
Don't you want to have a cup with me, though, and talk about politics or whatever the hell's going on in the world? If you do, go to the kitchen and pour yourself up a nice hot cup of coffee and let's get going. If you don't have a cup, you can get one in the description below. I recommend the first one. It has my face on it. It is fantastic. We also have stainless steel tumblers down there, the big ones and the little ones. Check them out while you can. We also have chainsaws and snow cone makers and a 7.7 Murph warhead made by the Pakistans. But I wouldn't get that it's kind of expensive. Anyway, the cup for sure. Like, subscribe, share, support, join, buy some cigarettes, whatever you do. But if you want to feed Jake, if you feel up to it, if you like it, feed Jake. You can do that at CashApp, $ Jake Johnson Band. And one last thing, and this is a point of contention because it happens a lot. We have a platform. It's called UntetheredLive. It consists of 11 video platforms and a Facebook page with a group chat attached. You don't have to have Facebook. You can download Facebook Messenger off of Google Play Store or whatever your phone's Play Store is, and you can have it. And you don't need to even have a Facebook page to use Messenger. But that's so that everybody can communicate important details like addresses and last names and phone numbers and things like that. So if you don't use it, I can't help you. I've provided a way so that you can contact one another. I cannot help you if you do not use the tools that I give you. Blowing up my phone on my day off is not the way to get the answer because I can't give it to you. It's not my last name, you see, or my address, or my phone number, or my sensitive information. It's theirs. So you have to talk to them. And you can do that on the platform provided for free. If you don't use it, I can't help you. But I gave it to you, so use it. You can find it at Untethered Live Chillin'. The link is in the chat, and I would appreciate it if you did. All right. That's enough of that. Ferd Turgeson says, hey, where you been, Ferd? You missed my birthday, man. It was awesome. I got this shirt. What do you think? Does it say everything I need to say, or what?
Call.
I love it. I also got a YouTube shirt for my birthday. YouTube sent me a t-shirt. Isn't that sweet? It's not a plaque, but it's something. It's not nothing. YouTube didn't send you a t-shirt. I'm famous. Tiny famous, but famous. I'm an influencer. They love me. They really love me. Sorry. I'm just kidding. It's a little bit sarcastic. A little snarky there. I want a plaque, YouTube. Mabel says, Linda, yes. Though I am happy it keeps her occupied, and they even asked to cook by themselves tonight, so I'm terrified. No, she didn't say that. So I have been able to relax. I bet. I wouldn't. I would be watching very closely because when teenagers cook, things get burned.
They're older teenagers. And they're girls.
When I cook, things get burned.
You're a grown man.
My point exactly.
Those are young girls who are excited about cooking and learning things in the kitchen.
I'm just teasing Mabel. I'm sure she's a great cook.
I'm sure that they did the dishes and everything.
I bet. Kevin says, hello, Ferd. Hey, Kev.
I have to go handle something right quick. I will be back in a few minutes.
You do that and handle this while you're doing it.
Okay.
Amanda says, hi, Ferd. And Fab Daddy says, hi. Fab Daddy, my friend. How art thou? Linda says, hey, Ferd. Oh. Jahordan Gay says, Daddy, you look so hot. Well, thank you. I'm aware of that, but this isn't the place for that. Keep your feelings to yourself. And, maybe try hello when you walk into a room full of strangers. That works better. What?
I said his wife thinks so too.
Yeah, my wife thinks so too. Kevin says, hello, Fab Daddy. Mabel becomes a disciple tonight. Welcome to the show. Enjoy your JTAG. I bet it looks great by your name. All official. Debbie's here. She says, hello, all y'all. Debbie. Hi, how are you? Amanda says, hi, Fab. Kevin says, hello, Debbie. And Amanda says, congratulations, Mabel. Here's a ribbon with some boobies or something. I don't know what that is. Something round and globular on the top. Linda says, hi, Fab Daddy and Debbie. And Amanda says, hi, Debbie. And Mabel says, I was a member before, but it was gifted. But thank you. I understand that. But you did this all on your own, right? So now you're a member because you're a member. The gift is just a introductory kind of thing. It only lasts a month and it goes away all by itself. And thank you for doing it of your own accord. Kevin says, Mabel, I knew you were pretty. Definitely. Fab Daddy says, hi, everybody. You got me a half hour. I'm gaming tonight. Well, you got me for a half hour because you came to me. I didn't come to you. So, but what are you playing? Well, Lady B says, wavy hand. Hey, Lady B. Kevin says, hello, Lady B. Linda says, wow, Fab. I see how it is. We just don't rank high enough, LOL. Just kidding. Amanda says, hi, lady. Kevin says, Lady B. And Lady B says, hey, Kevin Hart. Ayuvu says, hamburger helper, hamburger helper, hamburger helper, hamburger helper, hamburger helper. Ayuvu, that's an odd way to enter a room. Hamburger helper to you too. Lady B says, Kevin, is Amy here? Haven't seen her. Cowboys 8 panel. Hello, darling. How are you? Happy Christmas. You missed my birthday. It was fun. I got the shirt. Thank you for subscribing. Hey, you. Hey, you Vu. How do you say that? Is it Hi you Vu or Hey you Vu? Hey you Vu. That's how we'd say it in the South. Amanda says, hey, cowboys. Kevin says, hello, cowboy. And Lady B, not yet. Linda says, hi, cowboys and Lady B. Caucasian and their viewers just joined. Say hello. Let me see how to say hello here. Hang on. Well, I guess that's it. Hello. I don't have time to learn more. I'm working here. Nice little trick there, Caucasian. I don't know how it works, but if you're out there listening, hello. And by the way, I appear to be having a slow internet day. It's one of those days again. So if it's crunchy or choppy, I apologize. It's not me. It is the internet. Thank you. Oh. I got one of these. Is this the thing I was waiting on yesterday? All right. Let's do a unboxing with a bag. Unbagging. We're doing an unbagging live on Untethered Live. Live. Oh. That is lovely. Yes, I really do need all these guitars. I love it. I'm going to wear it tomorrow night. I think I have all those guitars. That's awesome. Thank you very much. Did you see it?
Yeah, I seen it before you got it.
Come here.
I just got all hooked back up. Hold on.
I'll do a rim shot. Hang on. Did you catch it?
No.
You're supposed to say yes. Thank you, Linda. I appreciate that. That's beautiful. I appreciate it so much. Linda says, hey, cowboys and Lady B. Lady B says, Linda, wave your hand, hey. Lady B says, Kevin, do you message her by chance? She'll be here shortly. Jesus. Kevin says, Lady B, I sent Amy a message. And Linda says, it's snowing again. It's snowing again. We haven't got any snow. We got some flurries yesterday, but they were like sissy flurries. Little tiny. You couldn't even see them unless they hit your arm. And it melted. And then they were gone. Kevin says, Linda, snow means dollars for me. Right on. It means no dollars for me. I can't work when we get froze out. Unfortunately, what I do involves water. And when the hose is frozen, you can't do anything. Linda says, Kevin, are you on call to go out tonight? He says, I sure hope so. Cowboy says, snowman. And two of them look like they're coughing. A coughing snowman. It's odd that a snowman would catch a cold. Wouldn't they catch summers? I'm just asking. Fab Daddy says, it's beginning to feel a lot like Christmas everywhere I go. Right? Lady B says, thank you. I was trying to send her a Christmas card, but I don't have her last name. I have them all ready, but hers. I have a stamp on her, but I need her last name. And she gave it to me already, and I accidentally lost the information in my texts. Kevin says, you see the so-called new photos of Trump with the beauty pageant girls? Faces redacted so they look like they're underage girls? That didn't end well. Well, I happen to know that Trump used to own the pageant. I don't know which one, but one of the big pageants of America, he owned it. I think it's Miss America, but I'm not sure. And yeah, it would have been typically normal for him to hang around with a bunch of young girls at that period of time because he owned the company that they worked for. But I didn't see how it ended. I did see the pictures, though, but I thought I'd bring it up and let you discuss what you thought about it. Get Fab Daddy's take on the whole ordeal, because I'm sure it's opposite everybody else's. Lady B says, I can't wait to be a pen pal with her. She is so sweet. She is that. Fab Daddy says Trump will have a harder time trying to convince us he didn't know about Epstein sex trafficking.
He hasn't.
He's the guy that turned Epstein in. He knows about the sex trafficking. That's why he turned him in.
He worked for the FBI and the CIA undercover to get him busted. He knew about it. Jeez.
This is a chicken that you can't screw, Fab Daddy. No matter how hard you try. You just need to let it go.
I want to know how you can be watching all of these news programs and only get some of the stuff that he comes up with and during them topics, but the whole thing was put out there.
I don't know, because watching it is what turned me a conservative. Because I could see with my own eyes who was lying and who wasn't. So I don't understand.
But what I'm saying is, even the ones that are lying are putting this stuff out there, and most of the stuff that they're saying, they're adding some of the truth in there with it, but none of the truth ever gets out.
Well, the best way to tell a lie is to wrap it in truth. That's how you do it. That's why it's believable. Most of it's true. It's just that one little part that's a lie. And if you tell it long enough and hard enough, it becomes the truth.
Mm-hmm.
You know who said that? If you tell a lie long enough and hard enough, it becomes the truth. You know who said that? Adolf Hitler. You're welcome, Fab Daddy. Amber says, okay, I'm back, I think. Better look twice.
Wow.
Kevin, I appreciate you helping me. Kevin, you are a true Christian. The implication being I'm not, and it shows. Right on. Kevin says, Lady B, you're welcome. And Cowboy says, cool t-shirt. Happy birthday, belated, and hi all. Cowboys, I can read backwards.
Chat jump.
I did. I see that. I'm trying to find where it was.
You were at 8:45. Kevin's comment.
Yep, I got it. Kevin says, I need coffee. I'll be right back. I just got a new cup. Mabel says, ha! Thank you, Kevin. Sorry, I didn't see the comment when you sent it. I forgot to set it on all chat. That's very important. All chat. It happens to us all. Don't worry about it. Every one of us has done that. Kevin says, Mabel, I forget that every night. See? And Mabel says, Hannah usually reminds me. Smiley faces. Kevin says, Mabel, how's Vic? Victor. How is Victor? Fab Daddy says, prayers for Brown University. The U.S. troops killed in Syria, families. It's a messed up world, and Jesus keep us strong. Amen. I agree. I don't know about the Brown University part, but Jesus keeping us strong and the troops, yeah, definitely. And their families. What's going on at Brown University? Isn't that where the cancel culture began, by the way? Isn't that where they ran one of the Epstein brothers off campus? Cowboys 8 panels. Happy belated birthday and cool shirt. Thank you. It is a cool shirt. Both of them. I got them both for my birthday, and they're both great. You ladies are so good to me. I'm so lucky. I can't tell you how blessed I feel to know all of you. And Kevin says, Lady B, you're welcome. And Mabel says, I know he is being looked after, and that is what is important, Kevin. Thank you. I know he is battling many things right now, but he is strong and wise, and a month and a half down, and 4.5 to go. Well, I heard from him today. I was going to tell you a little bit later. And he is strong, and he's got his head in the right place. I can tell you that. It's very nice to hear from him, and very, very nice to hear that he is handling everything that he has to see the right way. There is no easy way to do that, but he's doing it the right way. Kevin says, I will keep him in our prayers, Mabel. Or we will. Yes. And he is. Amber says, Kevin is need a cup, please. Kevin, I need a cup, please. Prayers. Fab Daddy says, Trump says it is a hoax. You can't really believe that Trump didn't bump any young one. I don't not believe that.
He probably did, but they were probably legal.
It's only a person that's desperate for something to hurt somebody that would cling so hard to the idea that it has to be perverted. I'm sure he was just a regular rich guy like all other rich guys banging anything that'll move, I would imagine. Doesn't mean he did anything immoral or wrong. Mabel says, grazie, Kevin. Prayers. Hannah and I pray for him every night. And Amber says, Fab, good evening. And Amanda says, he probably did. You read that. You're here.
He probably did, but they were legal. Jeez.
Amber says, Cowboy, good evening. And I don't know what that is. Is that a clown or a bunch of mushrooms humping a football?
That one's unidentifiable to me, too. It looks like might be a face with pigtails and...
Or a bunch of mushrooms humping a football.
Yeah, I don't know what it is.
Either way, good on you. Fab Daddy says, well, enjoy the show, everybody. It's game time. That is not an hour and a half. You lied. Playing PUBG, Player Unlimited Battleground, chicken dinner. Here we come. Nice. I don't know what that is. Kevin says, good night, Fab. Lady B says, bye, Fab. Amanda says, good night, Fab. You say that.
Night, Fab.
Lady B says, bye. You said that. John's here. What's up, John? He says, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My friend. From across to something that rhymes with friend. What are you doing, buddy? Amber says, Fab, Lolo. Just wanted to say, hey, always on one. Have a wonderful night. Well, a wonderful and safe night. Linda says, hi, Nugget. Lady B says, hey, Nugget. John says, Browns, 2 dead, 8 in critical condition at Browns University. Jesus Christ. What happened?
Hi, Nugget.
Do you know, Amanda?
No. I haven't watched TV today, so I don't know.
I don't either. If you care to tell us, how did 2 dead and 8 in critical condition happen? I'm willing to guess Politi-tics was involved.
Political was involved?
Yes. People going lunatic from politics. Politi-tics. It's an accusation, not a title. Amber says, Lady B, are you leaving? If so, hey, have a good, wonderful evening. And Lady B says, I want to, but waiting on Amy. Well, why do you want to leave? It's a great show. We're just getting started. Cowboy says shooter still loose, so there's a shooter involved. Okay. The picture's coming together. And John says Trump is a businessman. He is that. And I would imagine when he was younger, he was a wild businessman. I don't understand why that's a problem all of a sudden, because it used to be universally celebrated, male and female alike, up until this current iteration of politics.
And you got pockets full of money, and women are going to throw themselves at you.
Absolutely. And that's obvious if all you got to do is watch a rock video or a rap video. It amazes me how many people claim their, I don't even know what the word would be, piety, pearl clutchers, a lot of them are offended by the very notion of the idea that men are sexual beings. 10 years ago it was all the rage, so what's the problem now? I'm not saying I condone it. I'm just saying that's the lay of the land. That's the way people are. Try living through the 80s and tell me every encounter was questionable. Every one of them. If you go back to the 70s, they would slip you a Mickey and talked about it openly. And I'm not talking about the people doing it. I'm talking about the victims of it. Oh, he must have slipped me a Mickey. Oh, well, better luck next time. Amazing. Lady B says, hey, sweet Amber, waiting on Amy to pop in. Kevin Messenger for me. Amber says, Aaron, good evening. Aaron says, I'm sneaking. Hey, Aaron. What's up, brother? Nice to see you.
You jumped 2 of them.
Did I?
And I know 1 twice. Unless it posted after, it would be Amber, Aaron, and Amber.
Where is Cowboys? Oh, my gosh. I didn't read that one, but I don't think I got there yet.
Oh, okay. Well, then it must be because that one's above the one you just read on mine.
I may have missed it.
And then there's one from Aaron.
Aaron says that emoji is an alien with 3 eyes shaped like a heart, and it has on 2 top hats. Well, no wonder I couldn't identify it. Nobody dresses like that, not even aliens. Amber says, Aaron, good evening. Aaron says, I'm sneaking. Cowboy says, Amber. There's that picture again. Still looks like mushrooms humping a football. Linda says, hey, Aaron. Amanda says.
Hello, Aaron.
Amber says, LOLOL. Cowboy. Smiley face. Amber says, holy batshit. How long ago did this start, Cowboy? How long ago did what start? The show?
No, the Browns thing, probably.
Oh, the Browns thing. I don't know. I don't think that's what she's talking about.
I think it might be. I could be wrong.
Amber says, I was raised by a pearl clutcher that hated me. I think it's half my problem. I hear you. I'm sorry you had to go through that, Amber. But you have no more problems. All you have to do is recognize what the problems were and then solve them one by one. And once those things are in the past, then you don't have to worry about them anymore. But if you can identify the issue, regardless of what it may be, if you can identify it, you can solve it. You can't fix something you can't see, but if you can see it, you can get past it. So there's hope. John says, if Trump has money, women can manipulate and spread false accusations. Yes, that happens too. As a matter of fact, it happens so often that most millionaires and up, including the people that run our government, the Congress, have a slush fund just for such occasions. Our Congress has it. It's in the budget. You can go look. It says something like for law firm expenses or something like that. But that's exactly what it's for. So when women engage with rich men, they try to position themselves into a position where they can then claim that something untoward happened and get a payout. because that's the goal. They don't want to go through court. They just threaten court, and it's cheaper to just pay them and keep them quiet. And so there's a actual legal way to do that, and every rich person has done it. This is a world we don't know anything about. We're not in that bracket of living, so this is not normal to us, but it's normal to them. I was shocked when I first heard about it, too. But even the government has a fund for this very thing, to keep people quiet rather than causing a bunch of scandal with our congressmen and whatnot. And apparently they get up to a lot of no good, those guys. I did a video one time where I read off a list of crimes, and then I gave a choice at the end. Which do you think I was talking about? The Lakers or the Dodgers? And the answer was neither. These are the congressmen that run the country. And it was a list of arrests and crimes and untoward actions and things that they have done. And the implication of that joke was you could see how a football team or a baseball team or whatever they were would be guilty of such things because they're full of hoodlums, right? Oh, no. These are the people that wear suits and ties, you know. It's quite alarming to find out that the whole world is perverted and you are just catching up. Once you see that, I guess Amber was talking about, by the way, the active shooter.
Yeah.
I apologize. I didn't catch that thread. Cowboy says, smiley, smiley, and Amber says the active shooter, and Cowboy says, be back momentarily. She probably has to go look it up. John says, it didn't work for Bill Clinton. No, it didn't. He got caught with his pants down in the White House. Funny how they don't bring that up, though.
Oh, no, that's normal.
They want us to believe that Trump has a picture of a young girl next to him, though he's famous, and people take pictures with famous people all the time. They want us to believe that that means he did something untoward. Meanwhile, we got Bill Clinton's semen on a blue dress that was worn by Monica Lewinsky in the Oval Office, and that's no problem. Bill Bennett, what's up, brother? I guess it is 2 T's, Amanda. Bennett.
I got it.
Bill says, howdy, guys. Bill, we were talking about you today, trying to figure out what your last name was. Putting the last touches on the Christmas cards. Kevin says, power corrupts. Absolute power corrupts absolutely. Yes, it does. How are you tonight, buddy? I hadn't get a chance to talk to you much. Amanda says, hey, Bill. And Lady B says, right on, Kevin. Bill Bennett says, Bennett, and I ain't in it.
Right?
Hardly ever too old, LOL.
My name is Bennett, and I ain't in it.
I like that. That's good positive energy there, Bill. Although I would claim to be in it. Because I like stirring it up. What a lovely day it is for the world and for politics and for all manner of weirdness going on. We got the Epstein photos. We got Ilhan Omar getting ousted from the United States. She married her brother to gain entry, or for him to gain entry, one of the two. Not sure which. They're kind of iffy on that one.
For him.
But that was bad. We got boats being bombed off the coast of Venezuela. We got the Tyler Robinson case started.
Well, their
cameras are in.
Yeah, what their defense is being boohoo babies because one of the live streams accidentally caught his shackles and tried to say that they were filming the defense tables, computers, and they're trying to do everything they can to get the media out of the courtroom. And the media actually has lawyers for themselves that are involved in all of this now, trying to take care of it. So hopefully we get to keep the media.
Kevin says, got Candace Owens going batshit crazy.
Candace Owens done lost her mind.
Lady B says, I like peace myself, no drama. Well, you're in the wrong place and on the wrong side of who owns the microphone for that decision. Sorry. Probably hiding, be my guess. Speak of the devil, but not the devil. Amy, you have been summoned. How are you, sweetheart? Bill Bennett says, we have 6 inches of snow and 15 degrees outside. The media and camera should always be allowed for transparency. 2 different thoughts there from 2 different perspectives, and both absolutely true. You can't shoot a guy from a rooftop and then say, you can't shoot a guy from a rooftop while on camera and then say, don't want any cameras. That's silly. The woman who got arrested for taking a camera into a man's house, she was a DoorDash driver, and she was told to drop the food off at the door and leave. She showed up, the door was cracked, so she pushed it open and stuck her camera in there and saw the guy naked laying on his couch asleep. And then she pressed charges, said that he sexually assaulted her. She asked for no cameras to be in the courtroom, too. It was okay to put a camera in his house, but it wasn't okay to film you being arrested. It's okay to shoot a guy in the neck, but it's not okay for people to see you while you're trying to claim you're innocent. I agree. Cameras should always be allowed in courtrooms. Always. Matter of fact, as Charlie Kirk was a spokesman for the young men of America, it's America's business what happens in that courtroom. There's just no other way to see it. It absolutely should be televised. Complete transparency. Anybody that thinks otherwise does not have America's best interest at heart. There's something else going on. And I'm sorry that you're snowed in and cold. We're cold, but no snow. Amy says, I was snoozing, Amanda.
Hi, Amy.
Amy says, why was I summoned? Lady B's been looking for you. How are you tonight? Nice to see you. I hope you're staying warm out there. And Kevin says, Candace won't let go of conspiracies about Charlie Kirk. I know.
Of course not.
I feel like there's something else going on here, something deeper, something personal that we're not aware of. I can't put my finger on it, but it looks a lot, her behavior looks a lot like a woman scorned. And though I don't have any evidence of that, and I'm not making any accusations, I'm telling you there's something else to this story. I don't know what it is, but it isn't all on the up and up.
Well, the one video that I watched, I think it was Benny. He was talking about how him and Charlie and Candace and Brandon Tatum and a couple of them all got together one day and decided that they were all going to go make their own podcast and do their own thing instead of trying to do it all together, but they were going to stay together under TPU.
Yeah, I remember when they were best friends too.
Now, Candace is mad because she didn't get all that TPU glout.
She left. She went to do her own thing. I remember when all that happened.
Yes, but now she's mad, and then she realized, oh, well, I'm going to make up this conspiracy theory and get this many views and make this much money off of the video. Oh, I made that much money. Well, let's try this conspiracy theory and pull up this, and that's what Erica's talking about. She's making millions of dollars off of Charlie's name with conspiracy theories.
I will say that her show is coded like this, what do you call it when women watch crime dramas? There's like a thing with women. Women in particular really like crime dramas, like CSI type stuff and conspiracies about murders and a lot of murders, basically. Her show is a lot like that. It's set up in that way, like unfolding the truth, what's around the corner, what's coming next, And I really think she's tapped into something that sells. I don't think she's using the right subject matter, though. She should probably leave Charlie Kirk alone, but she's got a good idea, and if she can make millions, that's great. I think she should leave Charlie out of it, though.
I think she done lost her mind and fell off her rocker panels.
Amy says about the DoorDash driver, that's invasion of privacy, and I hope she gets years. I do, too, because she completely put herself in that position to claim victimhood. He left instructions for her to leave the food on the steps and leave. She had no business pushing his door open. Even if it was wide open, she had no business looking in. That's his house. If he wants to lay on his couch naked, that's his business. My guess is he got high, was taking his pants off, and fell asleep. I've done it. Not the high part, but I fell asleep in the doorway one time in my life. So my guess is that happened. She had no business filming him and then claiming that he assaulted her by showing him his privates. She didn't need to go in there and see his privates. So yeah, I hope not only did they film her humiliation, but she gets put in jail for it. We'll see. Lady B says, "Hey Amy, thank goodness, sweetheart. I lost your last name. I apologize. Please forgive me." Drama. "If I give you the first letter and the last letter, will you tell me if it's correct, please?" Her name's not a secret. It's just not mine to give. Ask her. Amy says, "Hi, Miss Rogers." And "Hi, Kevin." And "Hey, Bill." Same snow, cold situation here. Same snow and cold situation here. And Amy says, "Hi, John, Amber, and Cowboys." John says, "Candace is a clout chaser." Yes, well, we all are, to some degree or another. To claim otherwise would be disingenuous. I intentionally don't chase clout, but that's not to say that it's not on the table. I mean, I am trying to get more popular. So I'm going about it a different way. But most people that have a podcast, they're looking for attention. Some people get really crazy with it, though, and Candace absolutely has. Again, I think there's something else going on. I think there's something personal that has hurt her. My guess would be, if I were just spitballing, that she was in love with Charlie, and when he didn't fall that way, it hurt her feelings. That'd be my guess. I don't know that to be true.
So now she's going to try and ruin everything he stands for.
Maybe. I don't know. I don't know that to be true. That's my guess.
Regardless, she's still trying to ruin everything he stands for.
Amy says, "Hi, Linda and Aaron." And John says, "Hi, Amy. Good lady." And Linda says, "Hi, Amy." Lady B says, "Amy, yes." Mabel says, "Are we talking about Candace Owens?" Of sorts. Yes. Lady B says, "And the E." Aaron says, "They have a chat for that, Lady B." I've already told her. Now she's mad because I told her that. Amy says, "Ben Shapiro broke Candace Owens." There's something happened there too, and Candace Owens is the common denominator between both things. I'd be willing to bet that she's hard to work with. Probably very demanding. And probably when you say things like, "Hey, this company is ran by Jews, maybe ease up on the Christian talk a little bit," she probably was like, "I'm going to say it all the time now." I don't agree with that, but I'm guessing that's probably what happened. Judy says, "No new snow, but 9 degrees, negative 9 degrees. Wow, that is cold." Lady B says, "Hey, Nugget, I appreciate you." And is that correct, Amy? John says, "Hi, Lady B." Amy says, "Lady B, it's Amy Stancombe. I sent you a card with my email address on it." Aaron says, "That part." And thank you, Amy. I was asked, but it ain't my last name, and I don't give out personal information, so I apologize for that. Lady B says, "Thank you, Amy. I appreciate you so much." And Aaron's like, John says, "Did you hear about the DoorDash person sprayed pepper spray on somebody's food?" Yeah, the big garbage truck of a human being that for some reason decided to pepper spray the food. And then for some reason they started eating it without smelling the pepper spray or tasting it until it started choking the wife. Yeah, well, she needs to be put in jail too. That's wrong. You can't do things like that. I think it was over a $2 tip, probably because she was late. That'd be my guess.
So at least they tipped her.
Right. Since when do you get to demand tips? Tips are on, I work for tips too, by the way, hint, hint. Tips are a generosity on the servant by the served. BJ. Sorry. Yes, I said that wrong. The server is given by the servee a generous tip. That's how that works. It's a generosity. It's a gift because you work hard. If you don't get one, too bad. Work harder. That's the idea. Nowadays, they're like, I'm entitled to 15% or whatever. No, you're not. You're not entitled to anything. If you get it, it's because you deserve it. I don't understand this generation. I'm very angry with this generation. I'm like, I've had enough of this generation. Lady B says, I would love to see Amy. You have a Christian show. I know you are busy. And Kevin, you would have a nice show too. Well, Lady B, everybody could have a nice show if they could do it. There's a reason I'm doing it and everyone else isn't. What's your point? Amy says, I saw that, John. And if she didn't like the tip, she should have accepted the order. She should not have accepted the order. Agreed. Now, is that a thing? Do you get the tip before you go out and deliver?
When you order, it asks you for the tip. You have the option to add the tip afterwards, but a lot of people add it to begin with.
So she knew what she was getting into before she went to go.
Yes.
Yeah, she had no business pepper spraying the food or anything. Aaron says, WTF. Yeah, that's what happens when people get scorned and realize that they're not the most important thing in the world. They lash out at people that are trying to be.
But when they realize the world don't revolve around them.
Yeah.
And they're not entitled to everything, like Candace clearly thinks she is.
Kevin says, nobody has a bigger heart than President Trump. This Christmas, he is flying thousands of illegals home to be with their families.
That's right.
Yes.
And paying them.
Has a big heart.
And he's giving them money to go home with.
Amen. Amy says, I don't want a show. My life is a mess. I don't want to air that mess to the world. Yeah, it's very difficult to be opened and share everything that goes on in your life. It is a difficult thing to do. I don't envy anybody that don't have to do that. This looks like fun because it's lit up and presented in a way. It's not. It's very intrusive. Aaron said, what?
And sometimes annoying.
Sometimes. Aaron says, everyone have a nice show. Right.
Especially when you're all nice and cuddled up and don't want to move and it's time to get up and start a podcast. Yeah, that gets annoying sometimes.
Oh, the show must go on.
I didn't say anything.
Aaron says, I swore. Sorry, I forgot. It's okay. Did you swear? I didn't hear it. Oh, the WTF. Got it. You abbreviated to swear. That's okay. That's allowed. You can say dang it and dag too. Darn it and cheese and crackers. Or whatever nonsense you think of. Linda says, LOL, Kevin, 100%. Lady B says, thank you, sweetheart Amy. Merry Christmas. Amber says, I'm going to shower. Be back in a few. Nice. Linda says, good night, Aaron. I think he was making a comment on something that was said earlier. I don't think he's leaving. Lady B says, bye, Amber. John says, in Britain, you don't tip. Yeah, I've heard that. I've heard that tipping is a uniquely American thing. I can't imagine not tipping. I mean, they only make $2.13 an hour, or probably different now, but when I was doing it, they made $2.13 an hour. You got to be tipped.
It's $7-something an hour now.
Is it?
But the delivery drivers, they make more than the waitresses and stuff do anyway. They make actual regular wages.
But believe me, they're getting ridiculous with it, John, here. Now, if you go up to a gas pump and there's no human involved, there's just a screen. It asks you for a tip. I draw the line. I'll tip a person if they serve. I don't tip people that don't serve, and I don't tip machines. And by the way, I don't check myself out. I don't work at the grocery store. I'm not doing this, the self-checkout thing.
I'll tell you something else that aggravates me too is now when you go into a restaurant and you sit down and you order your food and you get your check and you look over your check, it's got a mandatory gratuity thing now.
Right.
Well, if they're charging me gratuity, I'm not tipping you.
Right. That is the tip. Aaron says, what? Amy says, happy shower, Amber. Aaron says, I was saying, everybody having a nice show. Yeah, everybody, if they put on a show, it would be a nice show. Yes. And Amy says, I heard that, John. And Linda says, Chit-Chat's about to jump.
9:24.
Linda says, oh, Aaron, my bad. And John says, the British are tight asses. Oh, yeah. With good reason, too. They lived through the war. Be a different way of looking at the world than we entitled people look at the world. Amy says, imagine if the customer had a pepper allergy. She could have died. Yes.
She had some type of respiratory problem already. They ended up having to take her out in an ambulance.
Somehow or other, she started eating the food and did not detect the pepper spray until it was in her throat. I don't know how you do that. I would have smelled it as soon as it came in the house, but...
Well, wouldn't it have left a discoloration on the bag?
Probably,
Isn't
yeah.
pepper spray like red or orange?
Probably, yeah. I don't think all of it is. Some of it is. Mabel says, in Italy, many servers would be offended if you gave them a tip. It's essentially like saying, I think you're poor and need more money. Yes. Tipping was very unusual for me when I first came to Canada. Yeah, I understand that. If you're not accustomed to it, if it's not a thing in your country, and then you come to a place where that's what they do, I would imagine that would be alarming. Aaron says, Amy says, right, Mabel? Mabel says, Aaron, how are you? Bill Bennett says, I hate a phone and the internet, but I'm here anyways. I hear you. I'm not crazy about it. The irony is not lost on me that I'm doing a show on the thing that I hate. But I grew up when this was invented, and I had the benefit of seeing it come to life. And in the old days, I used computers as a tool, and that's the way I use my phone as a tool. I don't stay on it all the time like the new people do. The people that did not have the benefit of growing up in a world without a phone. So, I understand your hatred for it. But there needs to be somebody on this platform telling the truth somewhere. That's me. And I'm sure others. Aaron says, what's happening? Lady B says, amen, Bill. I just missed the old days when we had basic kindness and understanding. Aaron says, be the change you seek. Wise. Amy says, when I was a waitress, I made bukus, but I earned it, as did I.
Yep.
As an unusual male waiter, I made all the tips, and nobody could understand why. I'll tell you why, because I kept their coffee cups full. That was my main concern. I was smart enough to know that after a meal, you wanted to sit, relax, talk, and drink coffee. Keep the coffee cup full. Very simple. I always got big tips. Kevin says, this is strange. No trolls yet on a Saturday. There's been 2.
I was going to say, there's been 2. They come and left very quickly, though.
We've had 132 views. They're just being quiet. John says it's about 20 pounds for every delivery they make. Wow.
Yeah, well, like DoorDash and Uber and all that stuff, they charge you a percentage of everything anyway. So not only are they charging you for the food, they're charging you a delivery fee.
Right.
And then they want you to tip on top of it.
Well, that's a luxury also, having food brought to your house. So,
Yes.
yeah, it's going to be more expensive. You just have to accept that.
Or you pay $10 a month for the membership, and then you don't have to pay delivery fee.
Right. I understand that. But if you go to a restaurant and there's a person involved in bringing you the food, yeah,
Right.
you should tip according to their service.
Well, that's like Walmart.
Yeah.
You know, they got the membership for, I don't remember exactly what it is, like $12 or $16 a month, something like that. But it's $9.99 in delivery. So if you order Walmart 3 or 4 times a month, like we do, it makes sense to pay for the membership because I'm not paying $10 a delivery.
Right. Well, that's a good thing. And other things come with that membership, too.
Yes.
Like Amazon, whatever it is.
This one, I'm Paramount or Amazon. One of them comes with our phone, and the other one comes with the
Right.
Walmart.
She's really good at getting those combination deals, which I would just get every little thing that I needed, but she manages to bundle them up. Saves a lot of money. Amy says, like, share, and invited some friends. Thank you, Amy. Amy says, it could have looked like French fry grease on his bag. Could have.
Yeah, but I think she sprayed the top of it because she set the bag down and then sprayed it.
Yeah. Again, I don't know how it got in the house without them smelling it, but she started eating the food and had a reaction. Aaron says, the guy that got shot at my work died. I did not know you had a guy at your shop get shot. I'm sorry to hear that, buddy. What happened? It's horrible. Or maybe I did know about it.
I said that I remember something about it vaguely in the chat last night, I think.
Yeah, it seems like I heard something. I don't think I put it together, though. I'm sorry that happened. Where were you in all of that? Mabel says, yes, because servers are paid average wages in Italy, so it is assumed that they are able to take care of themselves. In North America, it's the opposite. And it is the server offended if there's no tip. Yeah. Yeah, they work hard to get that tip, and then if they don't get one, it's like saying that they're not worth your time or your money or whatever. That's gig work in general. You work hard to impress the people so that they will tip you and you can make a living. That's the whole scenario. I would imagine it would be different in other countries. Amy says, "Aw, Aaron, my deepest condolences to you and your coworkers." Yeah, that's horrible, man. I'm sorry that happened. Mabel says, which is madness to me. Linda says, wait staff still only get $2.85 an hour unless they don't make minimum wage for the total hours worked. Hang on, my chat jumped. Yeah. Aaron says, I didn't know that guy, Amy. All good, but sad thing. It is sad. Did a coworker do the shooting or was it random? Amy says, Aaron, I'll still hug you and love you and call you George. All right, Elmira.
Love him and hug him and kiss him, and I will call him George.
Yes. Aaron says, Curious George, happy tail.
Curious George didn't have a tail.
Bugs Bunny quote, says Amy. Speak of the trolls. Drumplebay says, I got a ton of tips in college, but I was just experimenting. Well, you should probably get that looked at. You probably got something Ajax won't wash off. Amy says, Mandela effect, Curious George had a tail. I don't think he did.
I don't think he did.
I think Curious George was a curious little monkey with no tail. And the man in the yellow hat did not have a red hat.
And a Monopoly guy did not have a monocle, whatever they're called.
Monocle. And I think that was the
Monopoly man. Or the Pringles man.
No, the Pringles guy had one.
Then it was the Monopoly man that didn't have one.
Maybe. I'm thinking that it was the Milton Bradley, which is the
Monopoly.
company that made all the board games.
That's what I said. Monopoly.
Aaron says, LOL, some guys do know when you tip, it's not that tip for the waitress. Some guys. Some guys think that's the only thing that exists. Linda says, I'm going to hug you and squeeze you and pet you. LOL, Bugs Bunny. Amen. John says, prayers, Aaron, and his family. Amen to that, too. Amy says, LOL, Linda, yes. And Aaron says, we had a shooter. I sent the link. Okay.
Where'd you send the link to?
Amy says, Drumpa, welcome. Aaron says, the first one was there. I was the first one there, and we had one in Texas. It's the third one.
So you've had 3 shootings?
Well, Jesus Christ, man, you're making somebody angry. Something's happening. Oh, Aaron says it was a lady. She walked up to her boyfriend and she shot him in the neck. And his head was barely on. And then she turned to the people and started shooting in the air and shooting at the people. Jesus Christ. Talk about a woman scorned. Her name wasn't Candace, was it? It was at the hotel. And the first one, they were in a water park. And I was there for that one. Scary. And they have a sports complex next door. And that's connected to where we are. And then it's like the base in the middle. And they're staying there. So when they lose, they all stay in the same hotel, same place. The 2 teens fight and get into it, and then the grown-ups fight, and it turns into this big mess. And that's what's been happening, but because they pay money, they don't ban them. 2 teams, not teens. Yeah, if they don't ban them because they get a good income from them, then they're probably just allowing the strife to continue and hoping that it'll die out on its own but still get paid. But then when it inevitably escalates into a shooting, then they have to have plausible deniability. Aaron says at 3 locations. Yeah. I'd say get good lawyers. Bill Bennett says, how in Sam hell did I not know that Curious George did not have a tail? What's the world coming to? I don't know. They just didn't have a tail. Maybe they couldn't afford that in the animation. Corey and Trevor Store says, Mr. Leahy, what happened? Where's the roof of our car? Barbara is gonna freak. That sounds like a movie quote. Hello, Corey and Trevor. Aaron says, release the Kraken. If it comes to it, I will. I have no problem making a jackass out of myself for your entertainment. There just has to be proper motivation. Came close. Whew. Aaron says, I like the emoji. I do too. I just wish it was darker and bigger, but they don't give me much options.
I wish you'd make more.
I can only do 4.
Okay, well, you got a spot for 2 more then.
I do. I want them to be special. One of them is definitely going to be a pickle.
Like that idea, huh?
Mm. Yeah, I think that I should not lose that opportunity and brand on anything that sticks. John says, I'm loving Trump slagging of Sadiq Khan all the time, slagging off Sadiq Khan all the time. Yeah, he's basically putting him in his place, showing him how important he really is. Aaron says, I might have to check something out for that. If you can figure it out.
Yeah, the emojis that he makes has a bunch of requirements and rules you got to follow.
Yeah, and they have to be so big,
yes.
and you can't deviate from that. So you have to, if you're going to use clip art, unless you draw it by hand, you have to use clip art, and it has to fit the parameters and be the right size and the right weight. The right megabytes and
color saturation and all that.
And the colors have to be right. It's just it's a headache is what it is. And to get it where it's an emoji, you notice there's a box around both of my emojis. That's because when I do a transparency, which is to remove the background, it doesn't come across when I upload it to YouTube. There's still a background. I hadn't figured that one out either. I want it to look like the smiley face where it's just a picture and not a square box around it. It is a monster. Amy says, nice. Trailer Park Boys reference. Corey. Corey and Trevor. Yep. Bubbles got arrested for being a pedophile. Aaron says, which one? Which one what? The smiley. Oh, any smiley. I'm just saying, you notice there's no box around the smiley?
It's not square. It's just a circle smiley face.
Right. Any emoji that they give is just the picture. It isn't the box, the background. But when I upload it, there's always a box around it, and I'm trying to make that go away.
Did you read Mabel's comment at 9:42?
I did not. I was explaining the box. Mabel says, oh my, speaking of Kraken, Hannah and her friend were watching Pirates of the Caribbean today, and Hannah said, Mama, you look like Elizabeth Swann. It warmed my heart so much I almost cried. Aw, that is adorable. You do kind of look like Elizabeth Swann. Aaron says, I see now. Right. Amy says, I was explaining the box. That's what he said.
Right.
Anyway.
I discovered something tonight.
What did you discover, and was it painful?
No.
Inquiring minds want to know.
Our driveway is really long and really dark and really cold at
9
o'clock at night.
Yes, it is. It is a long driveway. It's not that long. I know longer ones.
Well, I do too, but it's long when it's cold out and you're trying to hurry up and get back in.
Aaron says, age-old question. What's in the box? Bliss and happiness and warmth. Moisture. And that weird little thing that feels like a tube but isn't a tube. Say what? Oh, yeah, he's been in there. You got to go deep, though. Amy says, Pandora's box. Aaron says, Pandora's box. Yes, they knew what they were doing when they wrote that. Aaron's like, oh, my gosh. I'm covering my eyes. That won't stop the ears, buddy. Amy's in my head, says Aaron. She does. She's good at that. Gets right to the point. That's what I like about her. She'll drill right down and get the essence of whatever's being talked about. I like it. Okay, let's see. We've covered Johan, Omar, Epstein's photos. Tyler's. We need to talk about the boat bombings. Anybody got any problems with the boats being bombed coming out of Venezuela? Somebody said, well, how do you know what's in there? Well, I know there's no fish in there.
Yeah, and what does a John boat need with 600, 700 horsepower of motor across the back of it for?
And why is it full of 55-gallon barrels?
Yeah.
Amy says, and a woman opened the box. It's kind of analogized to the Garden of Eden. Could be, yeah. It's basically the same story, yeah. Sounds like drugs to me, says Aaron. That's the point. That's why they're being bombed. And still no Nobel Peace Prize.
Not from the United States, anyway.
I think Nobel is from Switzerland.
Well, whatever. He's got a Nobel Peace Prize from the whatever cup, the FIFA, whatever FIFA.
That's from England.
Okay. He got a Nobel Peace Prize from them.
No, he got a FIFA Peace Prize. Nobel gives out a Peace Prize every year. Nobel is from Switzerland. It's a recognition of your contribution to the world that solves problems or causes peace. It's basically a bullshit award that rich people give to other rich people to make them feel important. But nobody will give it to Trump. Thus and so, FIFA decided to make one of their own and give it to him, probably because he is sponsoring them and they have a mutual beneficial relationship, which makes them both a lot of money. So they gave him a Peace Prize. He got his wish, and they got theirs.
I mean, he deserves it.
He does. Aaron says, we'll call it El Stapo. John says, they're only bringing poison to America and to the world. Agreed. Aaron says, and if you see the Chapo, if you see the capo, the bomb will El Stapo the drugs. Amy says, that would be a good restaurant name. Nobel's Pizza Pies. Nobel's Pizza Pies. I like it. But it'd have to be like one of those little brick kitchen type deals. What would you call that? They have a name, but I can't think of it. Stone oven, something. Aaron says, my daughter told me if I got a restaurant that it had to be a barbecue house. And she said I'd have to call it the Greasy Dad. Yep, that would track. Greasy Dad serving barbecue. Brick oven, yeah. That's what I was trying to say. Kevin says, what about the poor fish in the Caribbean? They're going to all be strung out. They're all going to be strung out. Yeah. Well, the good news is if you're a fisherman, you can get high off your own stash. Maybe that'll cause another Miami to be built. Fishermen catching the cocaine fish and then blazing out and building skyscrapers and banks. I like it. Madison says, hey, everyone. And hey, Jake and everyone. Hi, Madison. Welcome to the show. Amy says, Cocaine Shark, the movie. I like it. Be a double feature with Cocaine Bear. Aaron says, Cocaine Fish. A cocaine shark would be crazy. Imagine him coming up to the beach and he's all high and freaking out. Eyes all dilated. That would be a problem. No, it wouldn't. Because all he'd want to do is talk your ear off and maybe start a business. And then crash out by midnight and sleep all day the next day. Flopped out flounder, says Amy. Kevin says, hey, man, got any more of them drug boats? I'm really feeling sick. All right. Be having a bunch of sharks jonesing. Amy says, LOL, Kevin. Amanda says,
Hi, Madison.
Aaron says, you know what? You know what he would do? He would swim up at me like, you got these pair of change? Or you guys, can you spare any change? Amy says, hi, Madison. Amber says, Kevin, smiley, smiley. Aaron says, you see him swimming off with a flat screen TV, little iPads. Sharks are stealing people's radios. Got to pay for that habit somehow. Amber says, fresh and clean. Nice. Do you squeak when you rub it? Kevin says, fish gonna be washing windshields on the street corners. Psst, my man, need a pair of Nikes? That was a 70s joke. Amy says, catalytic converters off of speedboats. No copper wire in the ocean anywhere. All the internet lines that go across the ocean would be stripped. Aaron's like, yup. John says, cocaine shark won't get asylum. Right. Mabel says, Madison, come over if you're not drunk already. Jeez. Dang. Come over if you're not drunk already. That's a country song, ain't it?
Could be.
Come over if you are drunk. Be a different kind of night. Hey. Aaron says, wake up at 3 a.m., hear somebody jingling and laughing, dum, 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 Jaws theme. Somebody jiggling and laugh, dum, 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 Jaws. It's Jaws. I'm fabulous.
Oh, Lord.
Linda says, that's what I was thinking, Jake. Excuse me. You got any cocaine in this house?
I wonder if the drugs were watered down.
Probably.
I wonder if the salt killed their potency any.
Amy says, junked up jellyfish. I like my jellyfish impersonation.
That's what that is?
Don't it look like it?
No.
Come on now. That's good. Aaron says, they're making crack pipes out of seashells. Seashells? That's really hard to say.
I want to know how they do that. I mean, wouldn't the seashell be wet? How would they light it?
Like this.
Yeah, but it'd be wet.
Conch shells, Amy says. Conch shells, Aaron. Kevin says, half the fish in the Caribbean are numb right now.
There's something.
Can't feel my lips, man. Madison says, ooh, ladies' night. I was just about to have my second rum, but I can come by. Nice, nice. Caught me mid-pour, Lamau. Excellent. You can get drunk together. I love it. Sounds like a plan. Pity I wasn't invited.
You don't drink anyway.
That doesn't mean that I don't appreciate two good drunk chicks.
You perverted, dirty old man.
Hey, come on now. I'm just teasing. Linda says, comfortably numb fish. Hey, man, my lips are kind of numb right now. It's crazy. Mabel says, I can send you an Uber. It'd be a long drive.
She might have been talking about Madison.
I'm sure she was. Aaron says, what's up, Square Garden? Amy says, LOL, Linda.
How do you know it's square? It could be rectangle. It could be triangle.
Madison.
Could be circle.
Madison.
It doesn't mean it's square.
Madison Square Garden.
Still doesn't mean it's square.
They don't have a round garden.
Madison might. I mean, I'm just saying. Don't mess up her pronouns.
Kevin says, Fish says, anybody see my lips? I can't feel them. John says, they'll be okay, hubby bubby.
Hubbly bubbly.
Hubbly bubbly. Aaron says, off the beach. Madison says, Mabel, I'll text you. Aaron runs away scared.
Be afraid. Be very afraid.
I'm afraid.
You should be. You live with me. That could be detrimental to your health.
I stay armed. Kevin says, you would think a few of them boat pilots would be smart enough to zigzag. But nope. You'd think they'd be smart enough to take a bus. If the first boat blew up, I'd be like, yeah, I'm out.
You'd think they'd be smart enough to like hide it underneath the undercarriage or
Get a guy with a fishing pole, something.
Pull it in the water behind the boat so it's not so obvious. But no, let's just put 30-barrel, 55-gallon blue barrels on top of my boat and try to make it to the United States.
Yeah.
That ain't happening.
Aaron says, Captain Jack Cocaine. Yo. Madison says, Aaron, how are you?
He's square.
Debbie says, Aaron knows the garden and it's square because he stands in it. John says, submarines are easier. I think somebody did that one time. I remember a report about submarines coming over from Cuba or whatever, someplace out there. And I think they did that for a while. They might still be doing it. I don't know. But I think they had like a couple of decommissioned U-boats or something and was using it to traffic drugs into the country. Pretty smart. Then there was that guy that would fly planes right over the ocean floor and bring it in from South America. Barry Seals, I think was his name. He's a CIA agent, and he flew a twin-engine plane. He made so much money, it was pouring out of everywhere is what got him caught because he couldn't take it to the bank, so he just started burying it. He was just making too much money and eventually got caught.
Greed'll do that to you.
Debbie says, 8-Ball, is Aaron in the garden again? 8-Ball says, mayhaps. Mayhaps indeed. Kevin says, John, we have sound detectors in all of those waters. You'd think we have everything pretty well covered. People looking up in the sky, people looking down in the water. Yet somehow or other, we still keep getting UFOs that just appear on the earth and nobody sees them coming and going. How's that happening? Aaron says, I'm good, but they roasting me, Madison. Amber says, I know, Kevin, like Swerve or something. Something.
Duck.
Aaron says, ask 8-Ball if Debbie's in the basement with Kevin 24/7 and never lets him go to 7-Eleven. But she lets him go to heaven.
Or she takes him to heaven.
Debbie says, Aaron, someone has to be the chocolate in our s'mores. Gross. I like it. Madison says, Aaron, and what did you do to deserve that?
What do you mean, gross?
S'mores.
S'mores are delicious.
Not if they're made out of humans.
Well.
Amber says, Doobie time. Who is rotation? Who is in rotation?
Puff, puff, pass.
John says, use Captain Nemo, right? The Nautilus could get a workout there. Bill Bennett says, bob and weave, right? Kevin says, Aaron, Debbie lets me out for bathroom time. I hope so. Otherwise, you'd have to have a pee corner.
Yeah.
Amber says, Nemo, LOL. I guess better than Dory. No. She already sounds high. Classified says, I've never tried s'mores. It's actually pretty good. Just take you a marshmallow and a piece of chocolate and a graham cracker and go to town. Aaron says, I stood in the garden and tried to turn on the sprinklers to see if it would get wet. Madison?
Well, that's your job, Aaron.
Yeah, that's your job. You got to have a mustache for that.
And magic fingers.
Magic fingers. Amber says, Bill, just saying something. Neutral, then reverse anything. Classified, well, I shall go to town then. It'd be a good trip. The witness says, not sure. I think they got what's coming to them. If you've been given a warning and you continue to come anyway, you should expect a little retaliation. And it's not like they don't know. Amber says, town? Where's town? Downtown. Mabel says, the sprinklers won't put out that fire. You sound like Steve-O, says Classified. I don't know how Steve-O talks through his nose. Amy says, Pound Town. I like it. Pound Town. Kevin says, as far as drug smugglers go, smuggle them if you got them.
Hashtag pound me too.
Hashtag pound me too. But the hashtag is the pound. So it would just be pound me too. Aaron says, LOL, nope, maybe. It won't. The fire? Yeah. I just want some s'mores, man, says Classified. Well, go get you somebody. How are you and who are you? Where you from? What do you like besides s'mores? Madison says it won't let me say what I wanted to, Mabel, but you know. Sorry. I don't know why they censor my chat so much, but they do. Amber says, 564. You're funny. Classified says, I am fun. Aaron says, Madison, if you put spaces, it will. I guess you got to space it out. And Classified says, or I'd like to think so myself, right? We all like to think we're fun. Mabel says, did it start with a B and end with an itch? All in, love. Beautiful, intelligent, talented, charming, and horny. Honest, horny, whatever. Mabel says, top hat. Or coffee cup on a saucer. I don't know which. John says, I'm going to say goodnight, everybody. Much love. I'm going to go watch a chicken flick. Love Actually. That is quite the chicken flick. Enjoy. Good night, my friend. God bless you. I'm not far behind you.
Night, Nugget.
Aaron says, I got a B and I can't itch it.
I'm not far behind either.
Kevin says, smiley, smiley, smiley. And Amanda says, good night, Nugget. You say that.
I already did. Night,
Okay.
Nugget.
Classified says, I'm confused about this live. Well, you should be. You just joined it at the tail end of it and you hadn't been listening to the entirety of its context. So you would be confused.
It's okay. We're confused about this live too. So when you figure it out, let us know.
What part confuses you and how can I eliminate that for you? Amy says, chicken flick. Smiley, smiley. Amber says, I can help with that s'mores problem. Linda says, good night, Nugget. Heart. Aaron says, I feel sorry for you, Classified, because it's not really that confusing. Amber says, Nugget, have a wonderful night. Hearts and prayers. Basically, they talk and I read and then I respond. It's not that hard. So enlighten you then. Well, what's the question? I can't enlighten you if I don't know what you're confused about.
Tonight is our political night. We talk about whatever comes up. We try to start off with politics, but it doesn't usually work that way.
Right.
four other nights a week. 2 of them we do Bible study, and then we just have 2 more talk nights where we talk about whatever comes up.
Pretty much.
Help what?
Amy says, I'm confused about his confusion. Being confused is confusing.
Right.
Confused. Linda says, Classified doesn't know all the inside jokes. Ah, well, that you have to be here for a while. So hit that subscribe button and hang out with us. We're here 5 nights a week, starting at 8:30 Eastern Standard Time every night, except Tuesday and Thursday. So come on by.
And Sunday is 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Yes. John says, I meant chick flick. I like the other one better. Classified says, I do nothing but inside jokes. Me too. I've never been outside while I told a joke. Amber says, Aaron, it was confusing to me at first, realizing that what he says is what we've said. And also, this is a character. It's not what I truly represent. Aaron says, Classified, stick around and then learn them, and you'll fit right in. Amen. Classified says, fine. Yes, I welcome you to join or subscribe or whatever. Speaking of which, if you can, hit that subscribe button, press the bell icon so you get notifications when I'm going to be online. Smash that like button. It's free. It's effortless. It's right in front of you. It really does help the channel with the algorithms, help us keep recommended to other people. Won't you do that? Please be a pro. Share the show with everybody you know. Leave a comment down below. Let me know what you're thinking about. Question me, curse me, bless me, challenge me, confront me, conform me, drink my Kool-Aid. Make your own Kool-Aid as long as you're thinking critical. That's what I want. Critical thought coming from that brain of yours. And hey, for the love of God, if you like what you see and you like to help me survive, eat, pay bills, buy cigarettes, whatever, PayPal.me/JakeJohnsonBand or CashApp $JakeJohnsonBand. Every little bit helps. It is a blessing to me. It's a win-win. You get entertained. I get to eat. Everybody's happy. It's a blessing to you too, because God notices when you take care of his. Now, I will always do everything in my power to be worthy of that support. I will answer every question you ask, and I will be completely open all the time. Beat that, McDonald's. Oh, thank you, John, for the $5 or £5 super chat. Thank you. He says, good night, hearts. Appreciate that, John.
Thanks, Nugget.
Amber says, LOL, Aaron. A lot of L's. Not so many O's. I'm pretty sure you can only O once. Because once it's out, there's nowhere else to go. Classified says, I am persuaded. Excellent, Padawan. Aaron says, hugs. Huge. Huges. What?
Huges.
That's what he said.
Don't want it too huges.
Yeah, you just wait. When you pull it out and it makes a popping sound. Amy says, chicken flicks will drive you bonkers. Amen. Aaron says, hugs. That's more reasonable. Amber says, hugs, Aaron. If that was mine, it is yours. Kevin says, 11 p.m., we picked the watermelon tree. Nice. Turn into pumpkins. Yep. Aaron says, give a little love. Lick a little boat tongues. Is numb tonight. Now tonight. Drug boat. I like it. Give a little love. Lick a little boat. Tongues numb tonight. Yeah. Amber says, okay, Huckleberry, we ride at dawn. I'll be your Huckleberry. Amy says, good night, Nugget. Thank you. April Rain says, hey, y'all. I didn't know you were on, Jake. Much love, really.
Ain't nothing changed.
I've been on Saturday night for the last 10 years. Every Saturday night. How did you not know I was on? I'm pretty sure you can throw a dart at a clock, and I'll be on eventually when you hit the clock. Hi. Amber says, Noogie, hearts and prayers. Amanda.
Hi, April.
Amber says, eyes, hearts and prayers, and dancing chicks. April says, Amanda, I got the messenger, my phone updated, and I just seen it. And Classified says, how many mods? A bunch. We don't play games around here, buddy. Aaron says, hey, bro. Yeah, did me the same way for some reason, like 2 nights in a row. His bell didn't come up, and I had to go look for him on his live. I don't know what's going on. They must just be late putting it out because I start preparing at 6 o'clock. Amy says, chicken flicks have excellent plot twists. Pardon me. Aaron says, enough for trolls. Right on. Linda says, did you get the call, Kevin? Did you get the call? Amber says, 7:11 p.m. here. Nice. Amy says, hi, April love. Kevin says, Linda, no call. Mostly rain here. Sorry to hear that, Kev. Amber says, I'm going back to making Christmas cards. We got ours done tonight. Aaron says, and Jake dances. I do, occasionally. I don't know what that was. Amber says, hugs, y'all, and thank you, Jake, for a wonderful evening with family and friends. Amber, I love you, sweetheart. Thank you for being here. God bless you. Enjoy your Christmas cards and your glitter and your glow sticks and whatever else you're doing, cotton candy. And Linda says it's coming down pretty good here. If you do go out, be safe. Amen. Aaron says, with his beaver feet, they're foxes. Now I need beaver feet. Beaver feet would be better.
You could have Snoopy feet.
I once had a friend who killed a beaver and made boots like moccasins, and he lined the inside of them with beaver fur, which is incredibly soft if you don't know. Beavers are very soft animals. And they were the hottest things I've ever seen, I would imagine. But beaver feet, yeah, I'm in.
Soft beaver, huh?
Soft, hot beaver. Amy says, make sure you have the notification set to all if you're going to get a notification. Sometimes they're just late delivering it, though. I start at 6 o'clock every night. I apologize if you didn't get the bell. Amber says, good night, Miss Hammer.
Night, Amber.
What it is, what it is. Hey, buddy. Hello, Jake, Amanda, and to all the Untethered Live family. Randall, nice to see you, buddy.
What is it?
Kevin says, Linda, always. April says, hi, Amy, Amber, Linda, Aaron, hugs, love, Pac-Man, Ghost, and Heart. Amanda.
Hi, night, Amber.
Stop making me call your name.
Well, I'd already said it. I figured you were going to skip it.
I go in order. I don't know what you've said and what you haven't said. I'm busy reading. My brain is bifurcated enough. Just follow along. Bifurcated. Hang on a minute.
10:14.
Amy says, hey, what it is? What it is says, hello, Amy. April says, John, love, heart, thanks, hugs, and love. And Amber says, what it is? Hearts and prayers and hearts and prayers and hearts. Good evening, my friend. Happy to see you. Linda says, hi, April, and what it is. Amber says, whoa. Whoa? Like Keanu Reeves, whoa? What it is says, hello, Amber. April says, hi, what it is, hugs and love, heart. Aaron says, Madam April, bring the rain. She brings the rain and the thunder, too. Bam, bam, bam. What it is says, hello, Linda and Amber. Amy says, we got more snow here today. If you have to drive in snow, be careful. My son totaled his car. I saw pictures of that. That's horrible. Well, it says, that looks like a cornbread with a candle on it.
It's a pie, I think.
With a candle?
It's like steam coming out of the middle of the pie.
April says, hi, classified. Kevin says, hello, April. April says, hi, Cowboys, lovely, heart with herpes.
Probably like beaver pie.
Or a smiley face with herpes. Beaver pie. That's a double entendre.
Well.
Beaver pie. Never mind. Amber says, I'm on Messenger if anybody is staying awake. I will not be.
Oh, poor Amber's way over there on the West Coast. All of us are in Central and East Coast.
Mm-hmm.
She's 4 hours behind us. All of us are in bed by the time she gets going good.
Damn it, man.
Poor Amber.
What it is says, the Native Americans, yo. All right. The Native Americans knew what they were doing. I slept under a buffalo hide one time, and I woke up sweating, and it was hotter than all get out, and I had to kick it off. It was pretty hot. Oh, yeah, they knew what they were doing, for sure. Also, there was no Walmart to get jackets, so they didn't have much choice. Debbie says, that's not where my mind went with beaver feet. Mine either. April says, LOL, Jake. Bill says, hang on. I'm in too if I hear beavers. Right? April says, LOL, and Debbie says, is sitting on feet a thing now? Asking for Amanda. It can be. Can be. April says, hi, Bill, hugs and love, heart and smiley face. And hey, Debbie, hearts and circles and smiley faces.
LOL, Debbie. It's like toe sex.
If you turn it sideways, you can get all 5 of them in there.
Ew. I want no funky toes there.
Unless you have a bunion and then there's a hump.
It's gross.
Athlete's foot, what?
No.
Aaron says, Fuzzy Beaver, the new club of slippers. A new club for slippers. The Fuzzy Beaver. I like it. Beaver socks, says Aaron. I got some new socks on. I got socks. I feel complete now. You know how long it's been since my mommy bought me socks for Christmas? Men actually appreciate that sort of thing.
Well, you got new boots. You got to have new socks.
New boots.
And
same hero, new boots.
And I don't want to hear it when the one's got holes in it come up missing.
Don't throw away my socks.
If it's got holes in it, they're going in the trash next time I run across them.
I've had those socks for years.
That's the point.
I'm attached.
Now you have brand new socks that are way better. That don't have holes in them.
This is true. Beaver socks, though.
I got some beaver socks for you.
April says, oh my gosh. Is he all right? Who? Are you watching a movie that the rest of us are not watching? Is who all right?
Yo, what are you talking about?
Oh my gosh, is he all right?
Who's
After
he?
Who's he? What happened?
What did we miss?
I don't know.
What show are you watching?
That's my point.
Oh, her son, Amy's son, maybe.
No. Well, it could
Yeah,
be.
Amy's son, because that's the
Oh.
only thing that was anything that would have been. Yep, that's what it is. She
That
said
was a while ago, though.
we're talking about April with her delayed reaction here.
I got you. Cowboy says, smiley face with herpes, April. Aaron says, that's a dang rat on your foot.
It's not.
It's a fox. But it does kind of look like a rat. They are cute, aren't they?
My damn slippers got deboed.
I don't know what that means, but they're mine now.
Debo means stolen.
April says, I made strawberry cheesecake tonight. Yummy. Nice. I like strawberry cheesecake.
I didn't know you knew how to cook, April.
Oh, yeah. She grew up in a restaurant.
That don't mean she knows how to cook.
Well, mostly hash browns and eggs, but. Cowboy says, smiley face. Aaron says, oh, man, you close enough for me to buy one? It's my favorite. I don't think she would sell it to you. Probably let you have a piece. Wait, what are we talking about? Beaver feet?
Beaver feet and cheesecake.
April says, right on, LOL. Aaron says, do you take orders? April says, stop it, Jake LaBelle. John says, oh, I forgot then. There's a big super flu outbreak in Britain right now. It might come to America. You think? I wonder if they'll close the streets this time.
I don't say COVID round 2.
Or like 6. Linda says, come on over, Nugget. April says, smiley, smiley, smiley. And Amy says, hump day with a bunion.
Ew.
Aaron says, thunderclap and do the rock away and cut. I don't know what that means. Maybe. I can't clap the other way. I'm sitting down. What it is says, beavers are really an intelligent animal to build a dam and then build a den. Have you ever been inside of a beaver's den? It's quite complex and very homey and familiar, strangely. Stop it. Somebody's burning out down the road.
Somebody's eating up some tires. Still getting it. Good Lord.
Can y'all hear that?
That was crazy. He was eating up some tires.
That was a long burnout.
Yeah, it was. We'll see it tomorrow.
Unless they did it back in somebody's yard.
No, it sounds like he was right there at the intersection.
Maybe.
Up there by the church.
Amy says, you can darn socks, fix the holes. Yeah.
I am not sewing no socks. Not when he's got brand new ones to wear.
Linda says, I buy all the boys socks every Christmas. The one time I didn't, my son complained. That's because that's an important part of a young man's life. I don't know if you understand that. We depend on that because we are never buying socks. Ever. If we don't get them from you, we don't get them. And believe me, every son knows this. And we love you immensely for it because we are not prepared to handle life in that way. April says, the son who got in a car wreck.
Yeah, Amy's son. That's what I thought she was talking about.
Yeah. It's a good thing you have complete faith in my ability to connect the dots. Bill Bennett says, I'm sort of okay. Thanks for asking. Right? What's wrong with you, Bill? We love you. April says, yes. Bill says, what it is that a FIFA or a beaver socks? Or a Fifi. It's a beaver. Fifi would be a rubber glove rolled up in a towel with some Vaseline. April says, Lamau, I'm sorry. What are you sorry for, April? I cook good for an airhead, Lamau. Yep. Amy says air fryer. Right?
Opening a box and putting it in an oven does not qualify as good cook.
April says, no, give it away. What it is Taco Bell has got a new rolled quesadilla that is poblano pepper and steak. It's very addictive.
Poblano.
Sounds good. Poblano?
Yes. Poblano peppers and steak.
Isn't that what I said?
You said poblano?
Poblano. Linda says, I thought Nugget was saying he might come to America, LOL. Big super flu? Yes. Jake is smoking Amanda's vape, and I'm smoking my vape because I'm out of cigarettes. But it's delicious. Thank you for asking. Linda says, I must be tired. Not unless you're walking around being wheelie funny. Get it?
Ha 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 ha.
Linda's tired. She's wheelie funny. April says, Jake, you're hilarious. Amanda, is Jake smoking your vape? Haha. No,
Nope, it's his.
it's mine. April says, I believe it.
Nope, it's his vape. Mine's right here.
Amy says, green screen mystery do. He turns slightly invisible.
Green screen mystery Mountain Dew. He turns slightly invisible.
Yes, because you can't see behind it.
Yes, that's like the green pickle. Pickle in a pouch. Pickle's black.
Pickle's black. Maybe it's a black pickle.
Oh.
It is slightly larger.
Don't mean nothing.
April says, do you that well, Jake? You do that well, Jake.
What? Fabulous.
Fabulous. I think she meant smoking the vape, but
Probably. Yeah. Not like you that tries to hit it like a cigarette and choke yourself for 20 minutes, you goofball. After I told you not to hit it like that.
I choked the first time I hit it every time, too.
She choked for a whole 20 minutes. We're trying to go into the restaurant to eat lunch, and she's coughing her lungs out walking through the parking lot, and I'm cracking up laughing. I told Kevin what happened, and he started cracking up laughing. It was funny. We're trying to go in and eat lunch, and she's gagging her lungs out in the parking lot after I told her not to hit it like that.
That's a hard hit, that first one, because your lungs are not prepared for that glycerin.
I told her.
Once they get used to it, it's fine. Cowboy says they're doing snow circles around here in their cars. Yeah, that'll get you hurt. Bill Bennett says, sorry for being funny, Forgio. Forget about car wreck. Sorry. I forgot about the car wreck. Sorry. That's all right. Forgive me, I think is what he meant to say. Not Forgio. Sorry for being funny. Forgive me. It's all right, Bill. Everybody's got a good sense of humor here. We all understand.
And he's okay. It's just a car. It's replaceable. He might be sore today, but...
What it is says Linda's popping a wheelie on a bicycle.
on her scooter.
Yeah. April says, what it is, smiley face and wavy hand.
I seen the perfect thing the other day I want to build for Jake.
Oh, no.
It's a recliner on a electric scooter. And it's got like a sun visor and cup holder and all kinds of stuff.
Yeah, so I can ride around town on my couch.
On your recliner, yep.
I like it. April says, damn it, man. Linda says, LOL, what it is. Now, what would be a sight to see? That would be a sight to see. Popping a wheelie on a bicycle.
Or Linda on a bicycle.
Yeah. I would die if I had to ride a bike. What it is says, there ain't nothing like bouncing off a curb in your car doing donuts in the snow until you bust a wheel bend and bend the wheel or break something and it's not fun anymore. Right. I haven't done that in the snow, but I have done that in a truck with no brakes. And I was driving, and somebody slammed the brakes in front of me, and I had no brakes. So the only thing I could do was go around him. And when I did, I was in a Yukon, or not a Yukon, the other one. Suburban, big long truck. And when I went around him, I whipped around him, and the back end came around in front of me. I don't know how that happened. And I hit the curb in front of him, facing him, and both wheels popped off the truck. So I was there with 2 flat tires on the curb in front of a guy that I almost hit because he slammed on brakes in front of me. It's quite interesting.
That's something I can honestly say I've never done. I've never hit a curb.
I have twice. Once was because of black ice, and once was then. When I was going about 30 miles an hour. I was going through a red light. I had just taken off. And the whole intersection was covered with black ice, and immediately, as soon as my truck hit it, it started doing the spins. Very slowly. It was a slow spin, so I was just along for the ride. I could watch it happening. Now, it was like 4 o'clock in the morning. There was no traffic, so I couldn't stop. I couldn't direct the car, so I just had to wait till it stopped spinning. So I felt like a ballerina in the middle of the road for like 5 minutes, just sliding along. And then finally I hit the curb. That's what stopped me, and then I could take off from there.
You probably look like a ballerina too.
Probably. It was quite funny. Aaron says, Aztec socks.
Yep. Pretty socks. They actually look good on his feet. They fit him good. See? They got the support arch. They got the tightness at the arch to support his arch and everything.
Yeah.
He put them on today, and he's walking around, and 15 or 20 minutes later, I hear, these socks are comfortable too.
They're very nice socks.
And it was funny because I went out and got the package this morning, and I come in and I handed it to him, and he's looking at me, and I'm like, huh? And because I didn't know for sure what it was because it was in a box. There was a box inside the bag, and I'm like, socks don't come in a box. These must be $high socks because they sure enough came in a box.
What it is says, forget about it. Forget about it. April says, neat. I want one. You want one what?
A recliner
Oh,
scooter.
Yeah. Me too.
Me three.
Amy says, I'd rather eat donuts. Yeah. Rather eat donuts than do donuts. Me too. April says, when did that happen? Which one? Years ago. For both. Aaron says, so cool. It was kind of interesting. And what it is, yep, on physics takes over, and you're just along for the ride. Ain't nothing you can do on black ice. Nothing at all. You can turn the wheel all you want, slam on the brakes, hit the gas. You're just going wherever it wants you to. I wouldn't recommend hitting the gas, though, because you would accelerate the spin. April says, nice socks. Thank you. They are nice. Mabel says, I tried to be a cool mom and do a donut in the snow, but my car was in 4-wheel drive, and Hannah went, yeah, Daddy's better at it. I'm like, okay, thanks. Yeah. Sometimes that happens when you try to be the cool parent. What it is says, what's that vapor coming off your socks? Is that the stink? No, my feet don't stink.
No, I'll give him credit there. That's one thing I can say about him. He don't have stinky feet.
I have body odor, period. I'm a evolved human being. I make no body odor. According to Darwin. I think it's because I'm Native American and I just don't stink when I sweat. I mean, I smell like sweat, but it don't stink. Might have something to do with the amount of sugar I intake. I don't know.
Probably the amount of Mountain Dew and coffee you drink.
Probably. But it don't stink. My shoes don't stink. You can put your nose right in my work boots. They smell like socks, mostly. Aaron says, I have some too. It's like a foot hug. Right on. Aaron says, I just scream like Chris Tucker in Rush Hour with Jackie Chan when I'm on black ice. Yes. That's about all you can do. April says, hey, Mabel, good to see you, and Hannah hugs. Mabel says, ciao, April. Ciao, April. April says, haha, Aaron. And Kevin says, I've done it with a 40-foot trailer. Underwear. Did not approve. Spend money, not jewels. I can't spend jewels. I'm just kidding. Thank you, April. I don't know what that means, but I appreciate it. April says, LOL. Nobody can seem to explain to me the jewels thing. I've asked many times. I've even asked people from YouTube, and they can't explain it either. What does it do? Where do you get them? How do I use them?
Well,
I don't know.
They're in the
I've never even seen them.
Yeah, they're in the chat thing. I've seen them, but they don't do anything. You get so many jewels, and it's supposed to give you a ruby.
I understand that, but I have no ruby collection device.
I know, that's what I'm saying. It doesn't do it. They don't do anything.
They don't collect either. I don't have 67 jewels. She sent them, but I don't have them.
Right. That's something. I guess it's YouTube way of keeping the money.
You have to pay for them?
I think so.
Don't pay for them. Send me the money. Don't buy things like that. That's a scam. April says, LOL, smiley face. Mabel says, when your trailer starts to overtake you, something has gone wrong, Kevin. Yes, very much so. And that's supposed to be behind us?
Yeah, when it's running next to you, it's a good thing.
Yeah, that would be scary. How did you manage to not jackknife? That's what I want to know. Did the whole truck just go? Truck and trailer at the same time? That's when I'd be doing a lot of this. Aaron says, if I ever see black ice again and I start spinning, I'm about to clap my hands like Eddie Murphy and go to Hercules. Yep. You won't be doing that. You'll be gripping the wheel.
White knuckled.
Yep. That is a definite white knuckle experience. Been there, done that. Grip so tight that the blood runs out of your hands. Linda says, Kevin, I did that going down 287 in rush hour traffic and didn't hit a thing. Thank God. Kevin says, Linda, I was lucky. There was no one on the road. All you can do is try to outrun it. I don't know that you can. April says it just helps the content, shows appreciation. Okay. Well, don't spend money on things like that because it doesn't come to the show. Madison says, Kevin's giving the nod to his trailer like it's trying to race. Scary. Cowboy says, I miss driving my Suburban in the fresh snow at 4 a.m. I do like a Suburban. It's a nice truck. I had it, and I loved it. But I did not love losing control of it. Kevin says, trailer started passing me. The only thing I could do was drive faster with trailer brakes on. Right. What it is says, it's a scam, man. Green eggs and ham, said Sam I Am. Sam I Am. April says, hi, Madison Heart Love. And I didn't pay for it. I have no idea. They were just there. Unless it comes in my plan. Oh, okay. Well, that's good. That's good. Yeah, I've never seen an option to give a jewel, and I've never seen an option to receive one. But occasionally I see them pop up in the chat. I have no idea how that happens. It's kind of interesting. Amy says, good night, y'all. I can't keep my eyes open. See you at Bible study tomorrow night, Amy. God bless you, sweet lady. Have a good night. Rest well. We love you.
Night, Amy.
Kevin says, I need more coffee. And April says, shoot, I got to update my membership. Please do. Aaron says, LOL, if my knuckles turn white on black ice, I got a bigger problem than everybody wants to think about. They'll turn white, believe me.
Oh, yeah. April did lose her membership, didn't she?
Yeah, please get that fixed. That means I caught the Michael Jackson. No, if your face turns white, that's what that means. If you squeeze hard enough, your knuckles will turn white. I promise. Maybe not the rest of your hand, but them knuckles will be white. I know mine do, but it ain't hard. They're already white. But I like that joke on Blazing Saddles. The black guy washes his hands and flips his hand over and says, see, no problem. What it is says, I love little baby ducks, pigtails on a truck and a train, and rain. What are you talking about? Is that a nursery rhyme? I love little baby ducks, pigtails on a truck in the rain. Those gift thingies are cute, though, says Cowboys. Thank you. Yeah, they are cute. I just don't know what they are. I've tried to figure it out, and I just don't know. April says, I can't feel mine when I'm freezing. You're what?
Fingers or
pigtails
knuckles?
on a truck? Your fingers?
Or knuckles.
Knuckles. Got it. Yeah, me neither. That's the reason I got a truck. Because I got tired of riding to work on a motorcycle at 10 below whatever.
Oh, yeah, and I wasn't doing it no more. No, sir. Not just no, but hell no.
Nothing to do with it. I needed the truck.
It's okay. You was going to get one anyway because I wasn't doing it no more. 8 o'clock in the morning and 20 degrees outside and we're doing 70 mile an hour on a motorcycle. You got me twisted.
Did it for 10 years.
No.
Everybody say, man, you built different.
Just crazy.
I got to get where I got to go. That's the transportation I got. It don't matter if it's cold or if it's wet or if it's snowing or whatever. I'm out there riding.
There was a couple of times he come home from work soaking wet. I felt so bad for him. He just walk in the door and take all of his clothes off. I mean, that was a bonus for me then, but...
Oh, yeah. You can't hide from nothing on a motorcycle.
Come in, it looked like he done peed himself. His crotch is soaking wet.
Everything's soaking wet and freezing. But the worst part is the hands. I could not find a pair of gloves to keep my hands warm. I got heated gloves that are an inch thick. I can't even bend my hands. They're so thick. And they get hot. Freezing as soon as I get to 50 miles an hour. And my knuckles hurt real bad because of the nerve damage in my hands. And it's just like they're on fire. So it would take me 30 minutes when I got to work. I'd have to leave early so I could get to work and thaw out. Take me 30 minutes to get to where I could use my fingers. Not to mention the shrinkage. Good gracious. Look like an innie, not an outie. I'd have to stick my finger in my butt and yell snake just to get a response.
Yeah, he came in a couple times and it definitely was not there.
What it is says, I've been so cold that I got into a vehicle before it got started off, reached back and felt my ass, and it felt like a block of ice. 30 minutes later, with the heat on, I reached back again, and my ass is still cold, like a block of ice. Yes, yes, yes. There is no heater on a motorcycle. If you reach down and put your hand on the engine to warm your hand, it will just burn your hand, but it will not warm your hand. You will not feel warmth. You'll just burn your flesh. And that's through a glove. Catch it on fire if you ain't careful. But there's no place to hide on a bike. Cold is cold. And the weather here in the wintertime is not meant for motorcycle riding. And they do it up north. I don't know how they do it. It gets colder up north. There's no way I'd go out any colder than 20 degrees. No way. They do it all the time up north. Must be a different kind of cold.
Yeah, we're close to the water. It's more of a wet cold here.
It must be. I don't know. It cuts me to the bone.
Mm-hmm.
April says, haha, OMG. What it is like a block of ice. Dang, says April. Oh, yeah. The old block of ice ass. I know it. I know the feeling well. And if you're old, it's even worse. All right. It is 10:48, and I'm tired, so I'm going to go to bed now. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me tonight. I love each and every one of you. God bless you all. I hope you have a great night, and don't get too cold out there, and don't get in any danger. But when you go out into the world, be nice to people. I promise it'll change your life. Snow is wet. It's cold, right, Linda? It's cold and it's wet. Kevin says, good night, everybody, Kevin. God bless you, my friend. April, what it is, nice to see you. God bless you, too.
Nighters all. See you tomorrow night at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time right here on Untethered Live for Bible study. Much love, y'all.
Debbie, good night, sweet lady. Nice to see you tonight. April says, love you all. Sweet dreams. God bless. See you tomorrow night. I love you too, April. And Linda says, good night, all. Linda. Cowboys, nice to see you. I love you. April says, mwah. All right. Thank you all for watching. Have a great night.